Era will get underway at the Manhattan District Attorney's Office with Alvin Bragg at the helm.
It's one for the history books as well, since there's never been a black Manhattan District Attorney. And this morning, we are happy to have Alvin Bragg joining us. So good morning to you, and congratulations, by the way, on becoming the DA-elect, Mr. Bragg. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me on this morning. Good morning.
And not only is your whole win historic, this is very, the turnover rate for the Manhattan DA's office is not often, right? You only had two, Bob Morgenthau, Cy Vance, and now Alvin Bragg. So you bring a very unique set of life experiences to the DA's office. How is that going to change how you run the office?
So I'm a lifelong Manhattanite. The history you just talk about is what I grew up with. I had some people tell me that were active voters that they don't recall voting because of the long tenure of our DAs. Yes, I'm a child of Harlem. I grew up in the 80s during the crack cocaine epidemic. Had a gun pointed at me 6 times before I turned 21, 3 by the NYPD and 3 during traditional public safety matters. And so that's not far from me. That's guided my career, serving as both a civil rights lawyer and as a prosecutor. And I take that experience and other experiences with me to the DA's office in January.
Yeah, let's talk about your goals. Getting guns off the street. That's one of your top priorities. What are some of the ideas that you have to make that happen? It's
very significant. I had a shooting on my block about 2 weeks ago, a shooting a couple of blocks from where my children attend school. This is urgent. It's a crisis. When I was the #2 lawyer in the New York State Attorney General's office, we tracked every single gun found at a crime scene in the state of New York and traced it back to its last lawful sale. It's a literal blueprint of how guns are flooding into our neighborhood, our state, and people sitting far away from us are profiting from our pain. So we're going to operationalize that data and use it to really curb the trafficking, and also we're going to hold people accountable who are firing guns and creating trauma in our streets.
Last time that you and I spoke, we were in person here on Picks on Politics, Mr. Bragg, and many people will sometimes think that the DA's office and the NYPD work hand in hand and that they are very close relationships. But you also said you're setting up a specific unit to hold NYPD accountable. How do you plan to do that?
Look, this is what I've done throughout my career as a federal prosecutor. I prosecuted an FBI agent for lying while at the very same time working with the FBI on serious cases. We have to work together and partner, but also hold the NYPD, and I would add prosecutors accountable. So I'm going to do it the way I've done it my entire career, working in partnership, talking about goals, and also talking about police accountability is fundamentally a safety issue. I know from my own personal experience and from building cases, when people don't trust the police, they do not come forward as victims and witnesses. So it's a fairness issue, but it's also a public safety issue. We need the trust to get the cases done.
One of the other issues in the headlines New Yorkers concerned about, what is your administration planning to do about the crisis at Rikers Island?
I talked about this last night in my acceptance speech. It's a humanitarian crisis. I've worked on prison conditions before. I've sued a medical provider at a prison, looked at these issues. I'm profoundly concerned about the conditions. Manhattan sends a disproportionately high percentage of people among the 5 boroughs who are housed at Rikers. And so we're looking at ways to safely decarcerate there, particularly as I've noted throughout my plans, really investing in diversion programs directed at substance use disorder and mental health. So it's a day one issue, and we can do it, and we can do it fairly and safely.
We're almost out of time here, but you're very busy because not only are you now the DA-elect, but you're also involved in a very high-profile case, the judicial inquiry into the NYPD's actions leading up to Eric Garner's death. We were covering that this week. When is that expected to wrap up? Any update here?
So the schedule has that wrapping up late this week. I think there's a possibility to go to next week. I'll be in virtual court in about an hour and 15 minutes on that matter. And to me, that's an example of, of fairness and police accountability case that also, shining the light there, brings trust, and that goes hand in hand with safety.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. Congratulations on making history as the new Manhattan DA. So thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Were you up late partying? Were you up late?
I don't think anybody slept.
Just an early morning for you?
We got some sleep, but we were out for a little bit.
A little bit. All right, Mr. Bragg, thank you very much.
Congrats.
Be well.